YouTube channel. Chat. Now there's kids here. You may not be able to see it. There we go. Yeah, that's so you can see it live. Oh, there we go. That was weird. It's talking. Let me shut it up. Like, I'm not talking, but I'm talking. Okay. Ready and rocking around. All right, guys. So today we're going over the next level. So welcome to Spiritual Sunday, and I'm calling you, or dialing in rather, live. Los Angeles. I was asking my Indian friends, where's Bollywood? And the responses I got, it's everywhere, sir. I was like, okay, Hollywood isn't everywhere. We got a sign. I can tell you how to get there. You can GPS it. So today we're going to talk about the next level chakra, the 10th chakra. I'm going to break it down and talk about how you use it, what's the superpower, and there's some other higher level concepts that I'm going to go over today too that I haven't talked about before. So for this particular one, I'm taking it from my Indian friends. This is Chakra Boy. It's an actual cartoon character named Chakra Boy. So I figured, all right, we'll throw Chakra Boy up there and we'll talk about the origins of the chakra. He's just so cute. He's Chakra Boy. I mean, you had to add Chakra Boy into this. So achieving harmony. Achieving harmony is the central theme in chakras, the energy centers that are throughout our body. And it's why unlocking all seven, there's 7 major chakras that are within our body that most people know. But when activating the higher realm of consciousness, we'll need to open the energy point that defines the peak of universal synchrony. What that means is what we're covering today, the 10th chakra, that is the key to balancing the chakras that are outside of your body. The 10th chakra, just like the root chakra is known for, connecting all the other chakras together. The 10th chakra, that is the one serving its case. So what we're going to do today is we're going to learn about the 10th chakra, how to align it, and the best practices when dealing with the 10th chakra. So to give you a little recap, so these are all the chakras from the root going up. These are the 12 that we look at. And last week we went over these 2, and today we're going over this one, universal chakra, pure consciousness. Universal chakra, pure consciousness. It's that point where you begin to merge the masculine and feminine energies together. So the thought process is at one time, there was no male and female. There just was. And there was a split between the male and female. And it's that union of oneness. It's the reason why we have couples. It's the reason why when people become enlightened, lots of times they don't have anybody. It's because that feminine energy that they need, they have refound it and reunited with it. So this universal chakra, anybody who isn't about women empowerment and are like, God created women for men and they should just shut up. Okay, their universal chakra is closed. It's not open, right? It's closed. So the best way that I saw of explaining the universal chakra is what I have on the left. It's the gateway to divine consciousness. The gateway to divine consciousness. At this particular point, you begin to be accepted, respected by the universe. And it talks to you. And you can talk to it. It's the gateway. The universal chakra is the gateway to divine consciousness. So when we talked about 3D and 5D and superpowers and all those great things, you want to be able to improve your communication, even to talk to aliens, talk to angels, talk to spirits, talk to your higher self. That chakra, that particular one, is the route to go. Now, the other thing is, what do we mean by the 10th chakra? So I wanted to show it to you. Right here, this is where it appears above your head, right? We have the soul star, the Merkaba right there. And then you have the spirit chakra, which you talked about last week. And now right above that, you have the universal chakra. Okay, so it's among the 5 higher frequency energy points known as the outer chakras or dimensional chakras within the 12. So it's like 12 big boys. There's 12 basic ones. They're all right here. But here is the deal. And this is something I started putting on Instagram last week. And it dawned on me, right? Also, I read it in another spiritual book. But if the 7 are within our body, the 7 chakras are within our body. And there's 5 that are outside our body. There's a totally different way of looking at this. And a different way of looking at it is, if Kevin dies, then we say his soul that was inside of his body left. Kevin dies, we say the soul that was within his body left. But this week, what I found out is that Kevin does not have a soul in his body. Kevin has a body in his soul. I'll say that again, especially since Saul came in. We are used to saying, right? Somebody died, oh, their soul has left their body. But what I'm showing you right here is the 12 chakra system, and 7 out of the 12 are in the body. But the other 5, and there's even more than that. But let's just say out of the 12, the other 5, they are outside of the body. So we're used to saying, oh, the body died, the soul has left the body. And what I'm trying to say is that the soul isn't in the body. The body is in the soul. The body's in the soul. So look at it in a different way. Let me go back and give you some information. Awesome. When the universal chakra, right up here, is out of balance, you can feel disconnected. Like people who are schizophrenic, or the people you see walking around the street and they seem like they're dealing with a different reality. Their universal chakra is jacked up. It's also as one of the energy centers primarily involved in syncing up with the universe's healing energy flow. Okay. All of that's included. Now, here's something else for you to think about. Now, understand, guys, I realize this is a totally different way than most people see this. Totally different way. But it's just the real way. It's coming to me. So here's the deal. The biggest thing from today, your body does not have a soul in it. It's not a soul in your body. Okay? The body is within the soul, meaning that you are so much bigger than you think you are. Us looking at this body, right? Because that's what we see. We see this, right? You don't see your 10th chakra. You're not looking at your 12th chakra. You're not looking at your 8th chakra. You're looking at the body. You're looking at Saul's and mine and kids, right? But that's just like if you see a tree, but you're only staring at the roots, and you're thinking the roots of the tree is the tree. That's not the tree. That one came to me because I was walking through the forest by our house earlier this week, and they had these humongous roots that it was somehow on the hill. It was growing outside, so you can actually see. And I don't know, I thought it was like a captain. I thought it was like a caveman, like Tarzan. like the vines and roots of the tree you can just swing by. That's like a little, just like the tree, the roots that I saw. They're big. So you thinking that your body is so much more important that it has a soul in it. It's just like you looking at a tree and you see the roots of the tree and you think you see the tree. You just see the roots. So seeing Kevin, seeing Saul, seeing Kit, seeing Bob, seeing me, that's all about us seeing the roots of the person you're looking at. You look in the mirror, you're looking at your roots. You are so much bigger than what you think you are. And that's what they mean by that. So much bigger than what you think you are. So let me get this in here too. All right, trying to move some screens around because I'm here and I'm only dealing with one screen as opposed to two. The outer chakras in the 12 chakra system are part of our divine bodies, as opposed to the 7 major chakras, which belong to our etheric body. So you have different bodies, right? Just like heaven, we have been to space. We know heaven is not 1 million miles above our head. It's just not. Just like Yeshua said, the kingdom of heaven is all around. That means when somebody dies, they're not going 1 million miles up. They're still here. They're just vibrating at a different frequency, and we can't see them. And unless they're enlightened, they can't see us. So they're still here. So when it comes to your body and the soul, it's all right here. So the etheric system relates to the energy network in our physical body, but it's also integrated with our emotional body, known as the astral body, as well as the casual mental body. So you have all these chakras wrapped up in different things, and sometimes some bodies can transition and leave. We talked about last week about Michelle's mother when she passed away, and how the psychic told her that her mother had, part of her had left 2 weeks ago. And Michelle said she remembered the exact time that happened, because her mother started acting different. So having a greater understanding of these chakras means, number one, realizing that the soul is so big. Like this, all of this is you. That's why I love the Alice Gray pictures. All of this is you. You are this. You're not just this nice blue part down here. You're not just this frame right here. You're this too. It's like a plant. You can't just water the roots. And you can't just water the top and hope that the water doesn't get to the roots. You got to water the whole plant. You are all of this. Technically, on my license plate, I should not say 5'3". I should say I'm 8'3". Like, well, sir, if you counted my soul, my spirit is that much bigger. This gives you an idea of your bodies. Really bigger. And they're operating within these other bodies. It's like there's layers wrapped around us, all occupying the same space too. When you come to look at this, it allows you to know healing. Also lets you know what's that part of the body where you can do remote viewing and travel out. Lets you know what part is healthy, because all of these need to work together in order for you to have a healthy mind, body, and spirit. Okay. So now, this one, the Universal Light Center. It's in the 10th Light Center. It's the vortex of our energy. It's approximately 2.5 feet wide. Okay. And what happens when we open it? Dun, 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 dun. It said that by activating the 10th chakra, let's put that one up here, you can tap into skills and knowledge that was either lay dormant or that you possessed in the previous life. When you begin to work on this chakra, you may find yourself uncovering new talents or passions. And the universal chakra combines both masculine and feminine energy. That's why when we balance this chakra, we can achieve a harmonious state where all aspects of our being are synchronized and balanced. There's a talk of a guru in India who used to walk around and was not afraid of getting eaten by tigers because he had such a harmonious energy about him that anybody, anything that came in his vicinity would just be calmed down and relaxed. He had the 10th chakra, on lock. 10th chakra is often compared to the heart chakra because the heart chakra unites all the energy from the 6 other major chakras within the body. And this one is messing around with the 5 that are outside. I think I mentioned that earlier too. So just like the heart chakra, the 10th chakra brings together and harmonizes all the energy from all the other outer and spiritual chakra. Pretty bad. Okay. So I'm going to stop right here and see if there are any questions / comments on the 10th chakra.
Well, yeah, physically, I mean, what does it take to really open it up? To your example of the guru walking around, he's at such a level, nothing's going to bother him. Man, I'd like to get there. I want to climb to that plateau, but meditate. I don't feel like I'm there. What does it take? You know, I'm trying to do some sit-ups to get my abdomen muscles better. What kind of exercises can I do to really reach that plateau?
Great question. So that comes down, Kevin, to what we've been talking about, our virtues, vices, all of that stuff, and understanding what the ultimate purpose of the 10th chakra is. That is the universal communication. So I'm just saying, I'm saying your name, but this probably isn't your situation. If Kevin wanted to improve his 10th chakra, the best way for Kevin to improve his 10th chakra is for Kevin to improve the way he talks to his wife. Because the 10th chakra is about female and masculine energy and working together, and that's the best way. If Saul wanted to improve her 10th chakra, she would go into meditation. She would focus on that 10th chakra. She would ask her higher guides, heal my 10th chakra, open it up for me, show me what I'm missing, show me what lessons I need to learn. It's really deep, grounded root. It's root work, getting to the root of these chakras, figuring out what powers they would give you, and then putting yourself in a situation where you have to confront the problems that are associated with that. So when you're looking at the 10th, it's all about communication. It's all about masculine and feminine energy. It's all about tolerance. Okay? Can you be tolerant of other people? And then beyond tolerance, being able to take information from other people and utilize it in your life in some way. It's like a workout. It's a workbook, basically, Kevin, in order to get that done. That's why I think, the lower level chakras are easier, I think, for people because their body, right? Oh, I got a heart attack, so my heart chakra must be off. Or, oh, my third eye is acting up. Maybe that's why I can't see so well. But when you start getting into the advanced chakras that are outside of your body, that requires you to really be committed to get some work done. Really committed. Because you just can't wear a particular color to get that in balance. You have to talk to people that you're out of balance with. You have to learn certain skills that you can apply. It's hard, but it's only hard because the need to be consistent is there. I think I saw a question pop up or comment. Let me see what he has. Do you know the distance from the crown to the universal? Yes, I do. I can tell you that in a split second. I'm sorry, sharing the screen again. Okay. So it's right above, and it's in different locations within different people. I like to tell them to try to fill it out yourself, but it's right here. So you have the soul star, which is going about, for some people, like 3 to 12 inches above the head, right? So everything is relative until like the one that's below it. But in terms of location, it's going to go soul star for you, spirit, and then universal chakra. Give you another view, an idea of how far here. On this particular person, you're really looking at like 1.5 feet above your head. Or like up here. Still reachable, where you can kind of feel the aura of it, Kit. Just understand it can be in different locations based on a person height-wise, like closer to the head versus further away. And also it can be in different colors too. That too. Okay, any questions? Comments? It's an easy day today. The biggest thing that I had an issue with this is consistently working on it. Consistently working on it. And I think that's where the handouts that we have in the past, where you look and see what are the superpowers that goes with this. And then based on the superpower that goes with it, that allows you to do your problem matrix and identify which problems to work on. And then this naturally comes out. But just off the cuff, we know that anytime you have an issue dealing with people in communication, I give you a prime example. I was in CVS and I had a medication I had to pick up. My show always says it's easy to be spiritual until you start talking to people. Once you start talking to people, all bets are off. So I called CVS, and of course they were like, your medication is in process. Do you want us to tell the pharmacist that you're on your way? Well, yeah, I do want you to do that. Thank you, Mr. Computer. So I do that, and I get there, and I stand in this nice long line, and I get up front, and I'm like, hi, my name is, and I want my medication. And they said, oh, this was really good too. You would have loved this guy. This guy was really good. He said, oh, it's only going to be 15 minutes. And he looked like they're working on it right now. And he paused like, maybe I should just go snatch it out of their hand right now and just go ahead and give you the bottle. You know your name. He didn't say that, but he's like, he looked over like it was just there. He's like, could you just give us 15 minutes? I was like, okay. So I went, I talked to one of my friends in the car or whatever. And the 15 minutes went to 20 minutes. I went to 30 minutes. And I came back. And I was like, oh, it got to be done now. And I got in line, long line. And my first medication guru, he was gone. He was gone. And I get up to the next guy and I was like, hey, do you have a medication? And he looks in the back and he says, they're not done yet. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, give us 15, 20 minutes. I said, you understand the last guy said the exact same thing. And now that was like 40 minutes ago. And he was like, what can I tell you? We're backed up. As in, leave me the hell alone. I tell you we're busy. That's it. And I was like, I'll reach over that counter and reach over that counter and get him to change his tone. So I had to sit down because I was hot. I had to sit down. I had to look at why am I hot and realize that this particular situation I'm in right now, I caused. And what communication could I do? Because there's a breakdown. There's a breakdown going. And sometimes there's some people you just shouldn't talk to. You know how you can get an operator, and the moment you get that one operator, you're like, this person is dumb. I just hang up and call back in. My odds are going to be better. But you stick in with the dumb one because you're like, oh, well, I'm already on the line with this dumb one. But then they turn out to be dumb. You're like, I should have hung up. I could have had a V8. So this time what happened is when I went back in line, because I waited 30 minutes on purpose, right? Got back in line. I had myself all calmed down. Because in my mind, I was thinking about, it's just a horrible guru thing. In my mind, I was thinking about all the bad things I can do. I could flip over this whole cart. I could go, ah! Not that I would, right? But just like the fantasy of flipping over everything, just like, hell no, we won't go. Give me my medicine. Hell no, we won't. Like all these things are going on in my head. What could be done? I would definitely get arrested once the police are able to read minds. That's just guaranteed. So I get up there, and now there's a lady, and there's the same gentleman that helped me out before. And then the gentleman who probably inadvertently lied to me, he's walking around. A part of me was like, I should grab him and say, hey, you told me this and you told me that. And I was just like, it's really me accusing people of a lot and not taking really accountability of it. And this could really help me with my 10th chakra. So we tried that masculine energy. I decided I was going to float over and do the female energy. So I let the person behind me go. I said, ma'am, I'm sure you're in a rush. You can go. So she went to the gentleman that I saw. And I went to the lady who was working it. And now they had my medication. There was something else. There was a complication that she had to go in the back to do. But I was much calmer handling it. Wasn't getting upset. I, on purpose, talked slower like this. And even when she said, what's your name? William Harris. And she had to ask me again because I wanted to make sure I lowered my energy down as much as I could. And it was beautiful. I got what I wanted. And it was an hour and a half later. So I spent like an hour and a half at a place that technically I called them and let them know I was on my way and filled it a whole lot earlier. But when I started to look at that as an opportunity for me to be able to open up my 10th chakra, it became a much more interesting and pleasurable experience. So that's what I look for now. That those things, I mean, because most of us are good communicators, like most of us here. It's when we get into extreme situations that we wonder what to do, how to handle it, things of that sort. That's where the 10th chakra happens. Last night when I got in, I hung out with two husband and wife that have been friends with me, God, for like 20 years. And they were in San Diego and they came up to visit me and they're talking and they had loved their apartment. It's a beautiful apartment, but their walls are really thin, like really, really, really thin. And I see you telling the story. Their living room is right beside a couple's bedroom. So when the couple is intimate, they hear everything, like everything. So my friend was watching football last Sunday, and I guess that coincided with their mating ritual. So he was able to hear all of this in between trying to watch his football game, and they didn't know how to handle it. But luckily for them, my 10th chakra was kicking in, and I gave them a whole bunch of ideas that they were anxious to go back and try out. So I need to see if the peace was kept in San Diego later on today. But that's what the 10th chakra does. It helps you with uncomfortable communication situation. Things become a whole lot smoother. You're able to foresee problems that are going to happen. And you really have to be willing to put yourself in a situation where you would be having communication difficulties, blockages to being able to communicate. And that experience and going through it and being able to apply some skills will make it so you will master that 10th chakra. Yeah. That was an interesting situation with my friends, especially because they were wrestling on a higher level with the fact that it was a gay couple and they were raised extremely Christian. So it was like the universe causing them to have to deal with, where's your stance on that now? every Sunday during this football game. Okay, cool. So with that, any other comments or questions around the 10th chakra? Okay, what I'm going to suggest is take a look at the handout that we have on virtues. See if you can plug in those things that match up to the superpowers and the skills of the 10th. I'm going to try to work on that to myself. And next week, when we have the 11th, I'm going to share that. I'm going to share what I put in for the 10th, and then also share what we do for the 11th. We only have 2 more to go. And then we're done with the chakras. And in 2 more weeks, I will be in India. We will do that from there. Cool. So with that, I guess I will say goodbye to everybody for Spiritual Sunday today. I think you guys know that I have this group, the Golden Dawn. They're an ancient magic and miracle group. That's the reason why I'm out here in DC. Check them out. Pretty excited about that too.